Everybody,
Bring up the chapter.
welcome back. Episode 2. No break week. No break next week either, so we'll be here next week for episode 3. But for chapter 1055 of the New World podcast, somehow crazier than last week's chapter, I think. I'm your host, number 1 or 2, depends on the order we do it in. J Bar.
Hey, it's your boy Kid Galaxy, Galaxy the Kid.
Yeah, and this is a good fucking chapter too. Like, it's kind of crazy that last chapter, as we came back from it was the Void month. He was gone, and we got the huge Reverie dump. And this chapter, I kind of think it's a little more important. There's a lot was insinuated here. But I get,
So
do we want to start just from the beginning of the chapter again?
yeah, so we could talk like this. I had speculated that with Green Bull showing up, one of the big things about it was him being the forest fruit. Is that I thought that Kinemon would be one of his biggest rivals, in which using because he's
Yeah, he's
Foxfire
that Foxfire
Kinemon.
Kinema.
So thinking that I was thinking, yeah, he'd be a big problem, but our boy just used his fire scroll jutsu, his
Yeah, his
nympho, and
Nympho.
it didn't do nothing to him because he was fireproof forest using his hockey, imbuing it within his devil fruit abilities, making him stronger. So that was crazy to have that idea just shut down
He
immediately.
might be able to,
Now,
like, if he's sucking up nutrients and shit too, he might just be able to grow faster than they can destroy at that point. Like, because they've referred to themselves as glorified weed whackers in this episode in this chapter too.
mhm.
So it's like they were feeling it. This guy can create. He's powerful. He's a fucking forest fruit, dude.
But seeing that he doesn't know hockey either, the scroll kind of
Yeah,
useless
exactly.
to.
I still thought Kinemon's fire would still be stronger than his fire release jutsu because he's literally just setting him on fire compared to Kinemon, who's using a technique.
Mhm.
Even still, it took. I think he could hurt him, but it took Momo to take him down because
Now,
Momo got that
Momo's
dragon
big
breath.
release of his dragon breath, could
Worked
that be foreshadowing of him using hockey without knowing?
without knowing. I think he's definitely using it without knowing it. I think
Because
I don't know because he hasn't trained a lot like that. All he did was age up, and he's got some kind of color of hockey because of his just because it's his fucking the Kozuki name. I think at the very least he's gonna end up with some conquerors.
yeah, because for that to hurt him, for it to hurt Green Bull, that's what I
that had to
think
have gone through
would.
hockey at the very least. At the very least.
Hmm.
And then you think about stuff that Momo had to do earlier in Wano, even before he fucking aged up. Like it's talking to Zanusha and stuff like that. Like he can hear the voice of all things too. So he's definitely an extremely powerful character. He just doesn't know how to use it because he's quite literally 8 years old. 8 year old in a big dude's body. But I mean, it's not even before that fucking fight was over and he did that shit. I can't. Law posted up with I can't remember what's his dad's name, fucking Grandpa Kozuki and Robin. And there's a hidden fucking floor underneath the red pong glyph that they have there. This is so fucking crazy, bro. This is also why the One Piece community was stupid, and I was telling you this earlier. Because the only reason they were able to find out about that road poneglyph, that load poneglyph down there, because it's in the underwater city of Old Wano, was that Jack was able to get a hold of it. And hella people were like, what the fuck? Jack has a devil fruit. He can't move underwater. He can only breathe underwater because he's a fish man. But the obvious answer to that was he just fucking found it before he got his devil fruit. Like, bro, Jack was 8 when they showed up to Wano and took over. They were in Wano for 20 years. He could have gotten. He didn't have to get his devil fruit till he was like fucking 20, maybe. Like, I don't know why that was such a big deal on like the subreddit. People were like, how did Jack do that when he still had a devil fruit? And I'm like, he did it before he got his devil fruit. What the fuck you talking about?
The the Kaido, the B Star Pirates, you know, them having fishmen and us looking back at Fishman Island and the different abilities that some of the fishmen had, meaning like i.e. Hoodie Jones being one of them. Like he had a devil fruit and he was still able to move underwater because of the bubbles. So what's to say that they don't have somebody that can utilize those bubbles? And then he was undersea.
That's the other thing. The funny solution everyone was saying was that even if he had his devil fruit, like, bro, they're just gonna fucking tie a rope to Jack and drop him from the bottom, like the top of the ship, and drag him around the seafloor.
Yeah, they could do that. Because
Bro.
it's like, who went to the bottom of the ocean to rescue him?
That's what I'm saying. They just had him hold on to an anchor and pull them up when they were done.
When he attacked Zunisha and Zunisha sunk his
Oh
ship,
yeah.
like,
So who would go get
who
him?
went to the bottom to get him? Somebody had to have been able to, to go down that deep
Yeah.
to
So
rescue that big ass dude.
right, and are we assuming he's the only fish man in the crew ever? Which would also be very
can't.
stupid. Yeah, you can't.
And then for us to have the different smiles and the different animals that they're using, there's probably some fish out there. They could have been using them bubbles to have, to have people surveying the ocean floor to look at that.
Right. So
And then they could have heard rumors. Like, some of these people have been alive for a very long time. They've heard rumors here and there from elsewhere. Kaido being part of the the pirate crew, he probably heard a lot of different rumors. So he probably knew of something being there, just didn't know where to look for it. And that's why he came to Wano.
man, underwater Wano is fucking crazy. Insane reveal. Like that's the oldest point in history we've seen thus far, right? This or Skypiea.
Yes,
I think they. And what if they're probably the same fucking age, dude? Oh my god.
No. Skypiea is probably a lot older than old Wano.
They would have existed. They would have existed at the same time, pre-Void Age. That's what I'm saying. I'm like they're the same age when. Oh, and then also we know because there's a fucking Poneglyph up in Skypiea, and only the Kazuki clan knows how to make those Poneglyphs. There's the Stonesmiths.
You gotta remember that there are other Sky Islands. So that Sky Island, yes, that's
Jaya specifically. Well, because we know exactly what happened with Jaya, because it literally got shot into the air and landed on a Sky Island.
Yeah.
Because it was part of Jaya and then got launched up there, and then they were up there for 800 years. No, not 800 years. Was it?
The other Skypian islands were probably there a lot longer.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes back to the theory that people think the Sky Islanders are originally from the Verth, or no, not the Verth, the moon. I can't remember what fucking NL calls it, the White Verth or the Yellow Verth. Or the Lunarians, they're a different because they're not they don't have dark skin like the other Lunarians that we've seen. Quote unquote seen. We've only seen one. It's fucking King. Maybe it's just
find out about
what if they're from the dark side of the moon where they don't need their skin can be lighter because they're not dealing with the sun as much.
Damn.
Bro.
He wasn't NL going to the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, he was going to the dark side of the moon. And then you see the little guys that are there look way more like Skypians than Lunarians.
Yeah.
But they're a little like dwarves too, also similar to the fairies. But they're not the fairy, they're the Tauntauns.
I think they were bigger than the Tauntauns though.
They're definitely bigger than the Tauntauns. Tauntauns are goated though.
It's crazy. Anything can have eaten a devil fruit.
You can force feed inanimate objects with devil fruits. It's proven by Vegapunk, bro.
His reveal is probably gonna be the craziest. He's probably like some cyborg dude that's been living since the Void Century and just been doing shit just like anywhere and everywhere. He probably has the ability to change his face too, so that no one ever knows exactly who he is.
Oh, okay. Also confirmed. Opening Wano means unleashing Pluton.
Yes, because now you're going to have accessibility to it, and then
because
people are going to be able to come for it.
They fucking close it off down there in old Wano, and filled that shit with rainwater and created the impenetrable borders of Wano with that shit. The water that runs out of Wano into the fucking ocean is goddamn rainwater. That's that's a natural water. That's a natural waterfall. That's crazy. Also, where are Big Mom and Kaido? They're not dead.
They're still, aren't they?
In the
At
lava.
war?
Yeah,
Yeah.
using their hotkey subconsciously to live. Bro, what we're kicking queen?
Probably.
What
Big
we're
Mom is about to get skinny as hell and come up on a rampage.
bro? Where? What the fuck? What were Queen and King doing in Udon? Wait, I mean, I guess they're captured after the fight. Like, man, how the fuck do you retake Wano from the Kaido like that? Like, man, he's just not gonna. He's gonna wake up, right? He's gonna wake up, and they're gonna be gone. And he's like, oh well, Luffy's gone. I'm taking it back. Like,
It won't be the same. He's lost so much influence, so many different pirates. Now that the world government is here, even though
Kaido's
they're not
Kaido's
supposed to be.
outlook on the world. I don't know. It might not change, but it's gonna shift. He's gonna be like,
Oh, yeah,
oh,
definitely.
Joy Boy's here.
He's about to be mad as hell when he gets up.
He's gonna be mad
Especially
as hell because he knows Joy Boy ain't him.
and King and Queen being captured. Oh yeah, he's lost hella resources right now. Having lost that battle, he has respect for Luffy, but he's definitely going to be angry.
We need to get fucking Yamato needs to give us that logbook. Because why?
Luffy's not going to want to read it or hear about
I need to know why Odin wanted to open up Wano and unleash Pluton. Because this entire time we just thought opening up Wano meant, opening them up to the rest of the world so they can kind of not suffer and say fuck the world government at the same time, because the world government was definitely going to try and invade them and they were going to have to fight back. But now we know that opening up Wano means it means unleashing Pluton. So what did he learn about Pluton? What kind of is Pluton's the shit, right? That's the blueprints that Frankie burned, or is that Neptune?
I believe Neptune was the ship.
Because that's not. What kind of weapon is Pluton?
Yeah, because Shirahoshi is Uranus.
Mm-hmm. That's so we know one weapon is obviously it's a living person. One is a ship that no one will create, and actually the blueprints. Frankie destroyed them, right? And then then there's just Pluton. We really don't know. We only thought that it was in Alabasta, only to find out here in Wano that it was here in Wano. So like, what the fuck is it? What's also crazy is that because they flooded with rainwater, Old Wano is preserved like that. That's cool as shit. And then I saw you.
It's not even a weapon; it's a key.
Dude, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't think it's a weapon like that, especially if Odin wanted to, like, maybe it's a key to something. It's got to be related to Joy Boy.
Well, look at it.
Fucking...
You had a living person able to command the Sea Kings. You had a ship able to traverse the whole entire world and possibly fly to reach other islands. This is a key to open up some type of door or something that the Void Century has omitted from history.
How often? Let me see. How often do people refer to this thing as a fucking weapon? No, it's labeled the world's worst battleship. It is one of the 3 ancient weapons alongside Uranus and Poseidon. So what the fuck is Poseidon then? Poseidon is Shirahoshi. We got it wrong. And Uranus. It was first mentioned during Nico Robin's conversation with King Neptune when she says there are 3 ancient weapons that bear the names of the gods. Uranus is a weapon known to have existed during the Void Century, but everything else is unknown. We don't know anything about the weapon Uranus. We only know about Pluton and Poseidon. So that just means that Frankie destroyed the blueprints to Poseidon, and this is the original one is sitting down in Old Wano, is what that is. But I wonder, man, something. What the fuck do it do?
Well, it could be. Yeah. That ship's able to fly.
What if it's able to like fucking? It's got such explosive power it could break parts of the Grand Line or the Red
That's
Line.
probably
The
why
Red
they
Line.
started Buster calling.
It's based on the same technology from the fucking past, like that. Like maybe Joy. I seen a fucking crazy theory one time that Joy Boy was trying to unify the entire planet by destroying the Red Line and uniting all three seas. So
That
and by doing that, that would create all blue.
damn.
That's kind of crazy, right?
That is crazy.
I don't think it's true, but it's fun to think about. Especially the fact that it makes all blue part.
Sanji would be
That's
happy.
what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, dude, that's how it turns out. Getting the One Piece fulfills every single character in the crew's dreams that they said that they wanted to do in the beginning. Along the way, Zoro becomes the best swordsman. Luffy becomes the pirate king. Sanji finds all blue while they're blowing up the Red Line with them.
Yeah, but what was the kingdom that Emu was king over?
Oh fucking no, we don't know anything about Emu in the slightest. He's a fucking silhouette with some eyeballs. We haven't seen him since Reverie. You know who we have seen? Shanks again. I was joking with my coworker. I said that he was gonna pull up and fucking stop Green Bull because who the fuck else is gonna be able to stop this admiral level person? And I was like, obviously, in my head, the only person that could do it was Momo's fire breath. But even that, when that wasn't enough, that motherfucker, he's so crazy, bro. From below, down in the sea, not even on Wano, fucking like lightning striking him. He gets hit by his Conqueror's Haki. Greeble's a pussy, bro. He said, my bad. I didn't mean to fuck with you. I'll go. I don't mean to pick a fight with you yet. Not today, anyway. Little bitch.
He doesn't want to fight a losing battle.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, the Shanks was calling him out. He's like, these fucking newbies who just like made history are celebrating, and you're gonna call underhanded. But does the new age frighten you that much? He says. That's a raw panel, bro. He's mad. Mad as fuck.
He's strong as hell. His
Bro!
hockey is crazy.
Oh my god. The way the rest of the crew's yelling at him, like, bro, Jake, don't go out! The newbies are getting knocked out! What does it take to be a newbie on the Red Hair Pirates?
Dedication.
Like, how do you get picked up by Shanks?
He'd probably be picking up people that just be finding themselves in trouble. Like they're strong, but they're constantly just running away from people causing problems. But they don't want to be mean. They're just like doing it for the right reasons. Just
Right.
you can't really go against the government.
Yeah, it's like that's how the One Piece world is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's like every time you like when I'm talking to Grandpa and you tell him it's a story about pirates. It's like wait, they're not bad guys, not all of them. Being a pirate just means you're free.
Yeah, but it means you want to oppose the world government, the leaders of the world, because you don't feel like they're right, but you don't want to live a righteous life to where.
I don't even think you gotta oppose the world government. It's just like you don't want to fucking be held down. The sea's out there, bro. Go take it.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't think you have to have a bounty to be considered a pirate. It's just anyone who's out there sailing the seas and also doesn't affiliate with the world government.
Because you're guilty by association.
Yeah. Because we got some like Shanks' crew, Luffy's crew, good guys, but then you got like Kid's crew, which is just fucking vile. Fuckers just be raising villages and shit.
Bellamy's crew was worse.
And it turns out Bellamy was just a fucking bitch.
Yeah, he was a fucking puppet.
Yeah, because we get to Dressrosa, and he's like, I picked the wrong dude to look up to. I've been a fucking bitch this whole time, but I've got to play out my role because on my honor or some shit, and Luffy had to hoe him again. The same way he did the first time, too. Fucking knocked his ass out of that spring shit.
It's just like that goes to show you just how much their society was growing for those new age pirates because they were looking up to all the wrong
Yeah.
influences because they were praising all the wrong people. Like they weren't praising the wrong people, but the right people were getting recognition
Well,
for doing the wrong
and
things.
there's a
You
big part
got
of that is the Shichibuchi. Fuck me, the warlord system.
yeah,
It put people like Doflamingo on the spotlight
because he was
and
a
allowed him
fucking
to
king.
do Dressrosa. You know?
Yeah, he was a king being able to command and do whatever he wants within his kingdom, and he's protected by the world government. As long as they got their
Mm-hmm.
pay, they didn't really care to like find out anything more than
That
that.
was like in Fujitora. Fujitora is so fucking annoying in the beginning of Dressrosa because he's there. He knows Doflamingo's evil, and he tells him he's like, "I'm getting rid of the warlord system. You're fucked. I know it. Like this shit's fucked up here, but I can't do anything about it right now. So I just have to
Mhm.
let the Straw Hats do something about it."
Yeah, without concrete proof, he can't do anything, and to go get that proof, he would need a warrant or something like
Yeah,
that.
and he can't do it.
Because they weren't going to allow. Like, why are
Which
you
because
messing with
the
him when
Marines were
he's
there
doing what
anyway
you
for
want
the
him to do?
they were there for the tournament so they could capture all the pirates coming out of the Coliseum, and then they never came out because they all got captured and turned into toys. Bro, Marines are actually fucking worthless.
Well, that's because they it's gonna feel like it's worthless when you have a divide as big as the one that they have. You have Marines that really don't agree with the system, but if they go against it, they're automatically labeled a pirate. Like you have to believe in it, like it's a religion. Like you have
It's
to
a
believe in it,
cult,
or and if you don't, you're a heresy or
a heretic.
heretic.
Yeah,
And it's just messed up because you have great people like Sengoku and Garp, and then the grandma that's always with them. The
yeah.
old like
I can't
they
remember
don't
her name
agree.
either. They don't. Yeah,
They don't
they're
agree
not
with
under
all
the
that stuff.
Celestials. They don't like the Celestials either.
No, they just want the world to be peaceful. Like they don't want
Yeah,
the bad
they're thinking
pirates that are
about
going out to
the
killing people
civilians.
and
They're thinking about
robbing
the
them.
civilians.
Yeah.
That's something the fucking Fujitora says when they're in Dressrosa. He's talking to a Marine. He's like, okay, go and find out how many civilians live here, find out how many civilians are in the Coliseum, find out all these things, and like where's the safest place to evacuate to. And one of the Marine guys is like, don't you want us to go surround the Coliseum and capture the pirates? And he's like, no. We don't you think we should first figure out how to save as many people as possible before we figure out how to capture as many people as possible? And
His mindset is like that they're being taught is stop them. Stop them first so that they can't hurt anybody else. And the ones that you hurt in the process are just martyrs.
yeah, it's a fucking cannon fodder.
If I gotta stop him from killing a million by killing these three, do it for
It
the
just
greater
sucks
good.
that it's like it's always the fucking older ones that are the actual cool guys because they've been around a minute. It's all the younger, powerful Marines that are so up the fucking world government's ass.
Just like Mike Tyson says, you you see how caring I am now, but if you would have, what you have to understand is it took me being a beast for a very long time to get to this point. So all those older people in the Marines had to fight in all those wars and
Oh
things they
yeah,
had to
no.
go
If
through.
you're gonna compare Mike Tyson to a character, it gotta be Garp then.
Well, yeah, but it's just like all that evil that I had to do to get to this point to where I'm a little cuddly bear. Yeah, it took me a lot to get here because I had to
You get a lot of
do a lot
perspective.
to
You gain a lot of
understand
perspective.
the different weight that my perspective had on myself and the world because I was looking at it as, oh yeah, this is justice compared to now. No, that's justice for my organization, but not for reality, for people's lives, for my life, for my emotions and people's emotions.
Mhm.
It's crazy because he is a war hero and everybody loves and respects Garp, and they didn't even know the battles that he had to really fight internally because he was taking care of his rival's son.
Dude, and I mean, Garp has the title of Hero of the Marines, but it's that title is kind of shared with fucking Gold D. Roger. because he needed help to fight the Rocks.
Yeah.
He needed Roger's help, and that's because that's another. I think he was pissed about that in the same way that fucking Fujitora and Smoker were when they're like we didn't do shit. Pirates did shit. Pirates stopped pirates, not the government.
And that made them feel useless and
That's what I'm
powerless.
saying.
And that didn't sit
Garp. I
right.
don't think Garp likes that title in the slightest. He's not the hero of the Marines. He doesn't care. But he's raising the next generation, right? Because Helmeppo and Kobe helped. If it weren't for Kobe, Marineford would have gone different. He stopped him for like fucking just long enough for Shanks to pull up and make that empty cry.
Killed off Kobe.
Oh, if Kobe, ooh,
If Oda
ooh.
would have killed off Kobe, I would have been so mad because Luffy was going to go back all over again and just raise hell.
Oh my god,
That is
bro.
not a brother to him, but he respected him. Being the start of his journey, he had mad respect for Kobe. And he wanted Kobe to be a great Marine so that they could fight like how his grandfather.
That's what I'm saying. I need to see Kobe
Goldie
fight again. I
Roger
need to see
did.
Kobe fight again now that I've seen him with observation hockey. I've only seen him toss some torpedoes. I want to see him fight someone.
When he becomes Fleet Admiral, that's gonna be wild.
It's crazy how much he grew, bro. That motherfucker was 2 feet tall when we met him. And now he is a regular sized person.
Garp stretched that boy out. Hey, and no lie, Helmeppo, I want to see his growth. I want him
Oh,
to keep
Helmet was
growing.
so funny, bro, because he was such a fucking. He was like. He's a better version of Spadnum, really. Because he was kind of the exact same way. And then. But he got humbled. And when he got humbled,
He got humbled real quick.
He got humbled and he used that opportunity to become better.
I hope that he gets to train with some of the best swordsmen in the world.
I hope he gets
so
some
that-
crazy armament hockey.
Yes, I really want him to really go up and fight against Zoro, just for that nostalgia. Those four being together at the early stages and having that history, even though Zoro's not going to remember who the
I was
hell
like,
he
Zoro's
is.
no way Zoro gonna remember that motherfucker. Luffy definitely not gonna remember him either.
No, but like for them to have that reunion later on when they're that great.
It's gonna
That
be
first
amazing.
reunion was beautiful. That was really beautiful. But having another one would be a lot
Well, we
more
have to.
amazing
We
than
have to after, yeah, because after Luffy he's Yonko, he needs to talk to him again, and then he also needs to see him now that Kobe can use haki.
Yeah. Because now that Luffy is confirmed, Yonko,
Crazy.
Kobe has to. Well, he's already a captain, and he has to be a fleet captain. Or what is below an admiral?
Fleet Admiral. Oh yeah, what is below Admiral? Oh, I'm looking up Admiral 1 Piece.
No, okay, so no, he has to become an admiral because I think the fleet admirals are above that.
Fleet Admiral is the Vice Admiral's below Admiral. Fleet Admiral is the one who runs the shit. There's only 3 admirals, and then there's a bunch of vice admirals.
He has to be a vice admiral then.
He'll get there.
He's not going to be an admiral just yet.
Looking at a lot of these other vice admirals, he'll definitely fucking get there. Like, what the fuck, Bastille? That dude's mid as shit.
Well, a lot of them were mid, but they've been in it for so long they were able to gain their rank.
So I'm looking at current vice admirals right now. Wow, what the fuck, Suru? That old lady's a vice admiral. Still,
She's been a vice admiral.
She won't move up.
Want to move up either.
as a Garf's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy named Lacroix who looks exactly like fucking Akainu, but just shittier. There's also a guy named Cancer. Like, who the fuck are these guys? I heard Maynard. Maynard was at Dressrosa, I believe.
So you said it's the admiral, the vice admiral, the fleet admiral's the one in charge. Who's above that? I think Kong is above the fleet admiral.
There's nothing above the fleet admiral.
What the hell is Kong's title?
Yeah, because current fleet admiral is the Sakazuki Kainu. Former was Kong. Kong it was just a fleet admiral. Promoted to commander in chief. Okay.
That's what he is.
What the fuck? I don't even remember this guy Kong. What the fuck?
He was the one that was always asking Garp to move up, and Garp just kept telling him no.
What is this annotation? Fucking debuted chapter 0, episode 0?
Oh yeah, that's really old.
Yeah, shit. Oh, yeah, but here he is in the manga. Okay, what the fuck is the... Oh, okay, I want to see what this position is then. Like, what the fuck does the command... There's no link for Commander-in-Chief. Like, what the fuck does the Commander-in-Chief do?
I guess he would be. I'd want to say that he's the liaison between the 5 stars, but then Sakazuki has been talking with them casually in the room, so I don't know. He could be the liaison with no, because the 5 stars are supposed to be the liaisons with
It
the
says, I'm reading here,
Celestials,
it gives
huh?
Fleet Admiral only has control over all the Marines. His position also gave him authority over the 7 warlords, Enies Lobby, and the Cipher Poles. And it says that his authority is second only to the 5 elders in it.
Chief.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we still really don't know shit about him.
And you say he moved down?
It didn't say if he moved down or anything yet. But,
Okay, so he should still be in that position then.
yeah, I get because Garp didn't move up.
But that goes to show you just how strong he is to get to that position, and we haven't seen him fight. And if we do, that might be groundbreaking. Because looking at how strong those admirals were, the 3 of them we thought were some nasty powerhouses. So Kong, I hope he's not a zone type, because if he turns into a big old ape, that's gonna be wild as hell.
Jaguar D Saul was a fucking vice admiral.
Yes.
How you get? Does Garp have the will of D? How you be in the Marines and have a D in your name?
A lot of Marines have D in their name.
What do the Marines have D in their name?
It just happens that you have D. A lot of people still don't know what the will of D is.
Oh, yeah, but the fucking world government does. The people you're working for.
Yeah, you may not be high enough in rank to know.
Like, bro, we see the Marines constantly complaining about these fucking Ds, bro. Because of Luffy.
That goes to show you that they want to control them. So if they have them in the Marines, they can watch them and watch
No,
the
Marines wouldn't want to control them. They would kill them. The Marines are fucking bastards.
Monkey
that's,
D Garp.
That's what I asked. Is Garp a D?
Yes.
That's so. There have been 2 Ds in the Marines.
Wasn't X Drake a D?
No.
I think one of those people that deserted was also a D.
Carriers of the D. The only 2 Marines with the will of D were Saul and Garp. Fucking Ace's mom had the D. That's kind of insane. But considering how little we know about fucking Rogue Portagas, why the fuck does she have a D? Anyone who doesn't fucking know what One Piece is like, why are these motherfuckers talking about why his mom had a dick? I just want to know why she's got a D. Imagine the waste of potential if you're fucking born with a D and you never go out to sea.
It probably did happen.
Yeah,
this clan was probably a lot bigger than what we know.
So if is Gold D Roger fucking Portagas D Rogue some kind of weird, like his 3rd cousin? Like how are the D clan? This is
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that fucking Rogue had the will of D. That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, when they said her name before, they said she had the D.
It's people that are dead that we don't know with the fucking will of D. Like, wow. Because it's like Rox is dead and he has it, and we know what the fuck he did with that shit. He went and terrorized the world for a bit. But, like, Saul and Rogue? What the fuck? Saul obviously didn't even fucking like the Marines that much because he thought the Buster Calls were extremely fucked up. He died for it.
Well, yeah, that's just because he didn't believe in a lot of the things that they were doing. But
No one with a D probably
wanting
would.
to change the world, is probably in a lot of different people. It'd be crazy if we were to find out that Kobe is a D.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, what the? I know what this means for pirates and shit, but what? I've never seen a civilian like that with the D. I guess I just considered Ace's mom a civilian this whole time because she's been dead for so fucking long.
They're hiding out, not wanting to be known.
Well, I mean, definitely. Well, then she fucking held on to Ace for like what an actual year, like an extra 3 months in the womb. That's definitely a Willa D thing to do. Actually, that tells me why she was able to fucking pull that shit off now. All right. Well, I mean, next week. What the fuck? Well, dude, we gotta be leaving Wano soon. It's been 2 years. We've been here so long.
Well, yeah. Now there's not really much left
There's
to know. We just need to know where to go from here.
And we got to find out where Zoro's family is because we know they're there in Wano waiting for him. Please, Oda, tell us about Zoro's backstory. I thought we were gonna get something here in Wano.
I was gonna open.
Dude, he didn't. I mean, he got Enma, right?
He did get Enma, but losing the sword that Ryuma had.
Yeah, well, it was. I don't think it was sad because it went back to Wano, where it belongs.
What that? Ryuma gave that to Zoro as a gift for defeating him.
Well, it was.
Zoro is now Wano.
Fuck that shit, bro. Kinemon saw that shit and he was like, "Zoro, you fucking rat thief bastard! That shit belongs in Wano."
Lost. It had been lost for so long that they didn't know the story.
Right.
If Zoro would have told them the story, they would have just had them been able to sit on that and just take a loss. Because how you gonna give up Ryuma's sword and then give away Enma? Like, bruh, Enma is so much stronger than Ryuma's blade.
I don't know. Maybe because let me see. Why the fuck was the Ryuma all the way out there in Thriller Bark again? How the fuck did he come to leave Wano?
And he was captured and killed.
By who though?
You got to remember, back in his heyday, Moria was nasty.
There's no way Moria pulled up to Wano and fucking killed him.
He may not have pulled up to Wano. Ryuma might have just been out of Wano and then got captured and killed.
That's what I'm saying. But no, it's illegal to fucking leave Wano. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, do we know how this motherfucker left?
It wasn't necessarily illegal.
It was.
You could do it.
No, it was illegal. Kinemon says that. Like, when he had to stay with the rest of his retainers, only the dog and the cat got to go with Oden because it was straight up fucking illegal to leave the country and they would not be allowed back in when they came back. Oden had to sneak back in.
You got to remember that Ryuma was alive a long time ago. It could have been different back then.
I'm reading about his backstory right now. Monsters. Where is
Ryuma? Definitely wasn't alive when Oda was alive. Ryuma was probably alive when Oden's great grandfather was presiding over.
this? Where are the people getting all this fucking backstory about Ryuma? Yeah, because he slayed a dragon.
Shimotsutsuki.
So he died from an unspecified sickness at the age of 47, and his corpse was laid to rest along with Shusui at the Northern Cemetery in Ringo. In Wano! So... Due to Ringo's freezing cold climate, the corpse was perfectly preserved without rotting. Hundreds of years after Ryuma's death, Moria profaned his grave. So Moria pulled up to Wano at some point and just fucking robbed that dude's grave and ran. He pulled up. Was Kaido there at the time? Did he know about this? Like what? I just can't imagine that big fucking ship over in the New World. How the fuck did he get that shit around the red line?
He was using the abilities to cover it.
No, but he went. He like to get from the New World. Like you have to go underneath the red line or over it. So like, how did he get from Wano over to where we saw him pre-time skip?
That shit could have went underwater.
It could like. Dude, who do you think he paid to fucking coat that shit, bro? That shit would have taken forever. I guess he would have had the zombies do it.
It probably was a lot smaller then.
Could have been a lot smaller as well, yeah. I just can't believe that this motherfucker really pulled up to Wano, did a little bit of grave digging, and ran.
He wanted a big army. He wanted a strong army.
I just can't I want to know who the fuck was in charge of Wano at the time. With impenetrable borders like that, don't seem too impenetrable. The Marines need to pull up. If Gecko Moria can do it, y'all can do it. That's funny as shit.
You know, they all have. Well, and then look, he may not have even did it. He probably had other zombies or other shadows go and do it. He could have robbed somebody's shadow from Wano and just had them dig it up and bring it to him.
People still remember him as the greatest hero of Wano country. And Gecko Moria just pulled up and stole him. Okay, well I guess that's enough. We've been going for like 40 minutes, longer than last week's. Well, the seeing as how the fucking chapters don't come out at 4 p.m. on Thursdays anymore, definitely not going live on Thursdays. But I mean, Fridays, Saturdays, whatever. And then this should be up on YouTube, I guess, tomorrow. No, yeah, tomorrow. I guess I'll have to go make a thumbnail right now, too. But anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you come by next week for chapter 1056. See if we're leaving Wano.
Gang. Man, it's about to be crazy.